Okay, bro. So if you're anything like the past me, then you probably think that dopamine and attention span are the same thing. They're the exact same thing. That is, if one sucks, surely the other one sucks as well. That if your dopamine levels are low, you're super overstimulated, you have a really hard time focusing on things, but guess what, buddy? This is not the case. Dopamine and attention span are two completely different things, and I have found this out recently. Let me tell you, it was the most mind-boggling shit that I have ever figured out as soon as I learned about it. You'll be pretty mind-boggled too as soon as you learn this stuff, because quite frankly, it changed my life. It changed my perspective on productivity. It changed my perspective on how I view entertainment. Not only entertainment, but the sorts of entertainment that I participate in. Because I promise you, though both going to the movies and scrolling on TikTok are dopaminergic, maybe one can drain your dopamine, but the other won't drain your attention span. I guarantee you that someone who watches a movie or two, and let's say in a week, you go watch 1 or 2 movies, is not going to have the same attention span as someone who scrolls TikTok chronically, okay? If you have this one guy who scrolls TikTok like fucking, I don't know, 3 hours every single day, and the other guy, you know, he's also dopaminergic, but the difference is he gets his dopamine sources from other places, his entertainment from other places that are high quality. So he goes to the movie. Let's say he goes watch a movie every Saturday and maybe every Monday as well after work or some shit. I don't know. It's very unlikely that you would watch a movie on Monday, and if you do, you're pretty fucking weird. But anyway, my point is, one is going to have a low attention span and the other one is not. You can enjoy your life and also not ruin your attention span. Let me explain what I mean here. When people say,
don't be dopaminergic, bro. You gotta lock in. You gotta lock in, and you just gotta grind, bro. You gotta grind on your business. You gotta grind on the gym.
They deprive themselves of every single source of instant gratification. I wouldn't say instant gratification, but just dopamine and in general. Just things that actually make life enjoyable, like going out with your friends, going out to, I don't know, to watch a movie, going out for dinner with your family. They deprive themselves of all these things for the sake of the grind, for the sake of not being too dopaminergic. When in reality, if they just left the scrolling, if they just left the algorithms, they would be able to work just as hard as if they would just not do any dopaminergic activities at all. And I would argue they would probably be able to work better. Why do I say this? Because they actually enjoy life. They're still enjoying other activities. So I'm gonna briefly explain the difference between both right here, so you can really have a framework in your head on how to structure your day, how to structure your day-to-day life in order to be able to not only enjoy it, but also grind at the same time. Because knowing the difference is so crucial, and it can literally be the difference between you failing at your goals and you succeeding. So your attention span is affected by things that, number one, dopamine sources that require no effort, and dopamine sources that require a very small amount of time to complete. So let's take TikTok for example. TikTok will drain both your attention span and your dopamine because it is satisfying. It actually satisfies your monkey brain, and it only takes around 10-15 seconds to satisfy you until you scroll to the next video. You scroll to the next TikTok. And so it ruins your attention span because your brain starts to expect, oh, you know what? I want to be satisfied within 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And what happens as a result? As a result, you can't take care of your diet because meal prepping requires time. It requires your attention, and TikTok, guess what it did to your brain? It completely ruined your attention span. Your attention span is out the window. You are not going to have the patience to be able to meal prep. You're not gonna have the patience to go to the gym. You're not gonna have the patience to do anything worth it in life, because anything worth it in life takes time. Reading books that are packed with knowledge, reading anything that is worthwhile, listening to an hour-long podcast, even looking at a video such as this one, bro. Things like this require your attention. Anything like, bro, taking care of a child, going on a date with your girlfriend, talking to people, This requires your attention, and this is what TikTok and Instagram does, or YouTube does, whenever you log in and you just tell the algorithm, entertain me. I'm not sure why I'm going on YouTube. Give me something to entertain me. I'm not going onto YouTube already mindfully knowing what I'm searching for. You know what? I'm just going on YouTube to be entertained, but I'm not putting any effort into this. And that translates to every single other area of your life, bro. It is so detrimental to your focus. It is so detrimental for your ability to put in any effort for you to actually enjoy life. You expect things quick, you expect things snappy, and of course, we know that anything that's worth it in life is not snappy. And so, in order to fix your attention span, you can still have fun. You can still do fun activities, but make sure that these activities, number one, they require effort from your parts. And number two, they require you to actually watch for a long period of time, or pursue for a long period of time. Let's take YouTube, for example. Everyone watches YouTube, but there's a wrong way to use it and there's a right way to use it. What's the wrong way to use it and the way that a lot of people use it? It would be, you know what, log on to YouTube and I'm just gonna scroll until I see something that I like. Okay, I see something I like, I tap on it. You know, let me just scroll down to the comments and look for another video. Just literally 5 seconds in, not even 5 seconds in, 3 seconds in, you're already looking for a new video. You tap on that video and oh, now you need stimulation again. That's the wrong way to use YouTube. Now, what's the actual right way that you should use YouTube? When used in the right way, you go into YouTube already knowing what you're gonna search for. You're going to search for a documentary. You're gonna search for a podcast. Whatever it is that you're going to search up, you already know what you are going onto YouTube for. That is the effortful part. Like, okay, I'm going on YouTube, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna watch. I search it up and I tap on the video, and that video has to be a minimum 10 to 15 minutes long. And you watch all the way through. You don't scroll down to the comments, you don't do any of that stuff. And as soon as the video is over, you exit YouTube again. You do not let the algorithm choose what you are going to watch, because this takes the effort part away. And guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to put in any efforts on anything in your life, because your brain is going to translate that to, oh, we're being satisfied without any effort. Well, I'm just going to stop trying. And that's how you fix your attention span. So I hope that sort of simulates and kind of explains why dopamine and attention span is not the same thing. You can have dopamine by watching something that you like and enjoy, but as you're watching that thing and releasing dopamine, I guess, you are still putting in efforts. You are still actually trying to look for that thing, and you are actively trying to pay attention to it, which is the critical part. Now, dopamine. Just because I said that you can participate in dopaminergic activities that are healthy or very, I guess you actually need to put effort into them, it doesn't mean that they can't be dangerous. So let's say that the dopamine source is going to the movies, which is a really good dopamine source, or maybe going out with your friends, socializing. Those are good dopamine sources, but people who do these things too much, it will make, like, sure, they'll probably be able to focus on a book. They'll probably be able to focus on homework. But the thing is, you will feel so miserable and it'll be so unenjoyable to do so, because you are over pursuing dopaminergic activities. When I say you should have dopaminergic activities in your life, I mean that they should be dopaminergic activities that are limited, you know? You only have them once in your day, at the very most twice. So let's say that you watch a 30-minute video of your favorite YouTuber or something, like, I don't know. After work, you watch a 30-minute video and you're back on the grind. You're grinding again. Or then you go another 30 minutes and you go out to talk with your friends for another hour. Whatever the fuck. You can insert anything. The point is, don't overdo it. The people who live a lifestyle of just partying and partying and partying and partying, or just doing all these dopaminergic activities that, though they're not TikTok, though they're not Instagram, they are dopaminergic whatsoever. So they're going to ruin your ability to do work, not because you can't focus on it, but simply for the fact that you don't enjoy the work that you're doing. So why do the work if you're not even going to like it? I hope that makes sense. I also want to insert that this is where the whole notion of do the hard work even when you don't feel like it comes from. Because while someone that is deprived of dopamine might still be able to do the hard work, it won't be enjoyable, but at least they're able to. Like, this is where discipline comes from. Like, there might be days where you just fucked up, you know? You did something wrong, you over participated in something fun, and you don't feel like it the next day, but you know what? You're still able to do the work. The ability for you to do it is still there. But someone with a fucked up attention span, you have to understand that they're flat out just not able to do the work. Their brain is literally incapable of maintaining any sort of meaningful attention, so they really can't get anything done. So that's just another reason that you have to understand the difference between the two. Simply put, I'm gonna give you a simple checklist. It's literally a 2-step checklist, and if your dopamine source passes these 2 tests, it won't ruin your attention span, and it will also decrease the chances of it being addictive and repetitive, so you won't be tempted to do it again and again and again and again. So the first part of the checklist is effort. Does your dopamine source require any effort for you to put in? Whenever you look at the dopamine source, does it require you to think? Does it require you to move, to get ready? Like, any sort of effort, does it require? You don't need me to explain this shit for you, okay? Like, does it require any upfront cost from you, like energetically? And the second part of the checklist is, how long does it take? Is it instant? Does it take 10 seconds, 15 seconds? Avoid it. Avoid it like your life depends on it, okay? Because that will ruin your ability to do any focused work, and to do anything in your life, you need focused work. So please avoid anything that is instant and requires no thinking up front from you. So bro, hope this gave you some perspective. Please watch your dopamine sources. They are completely critical to your life, but they can also be very detrimental to your life. So hope this helped, and yeah, if you want to join the Discord, it's linked in the description, all right? See you later.